How to start an LLC with no money. Are you ready to start that new business and get your LLC going, but you really don't have the funds to spend getting it registered with the Secretary of State? Well, I have the perfect answer on what you can do to get your LLC started today. Let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, all you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
First, let's talk about what an LLC is. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company, and it is an amazing structure for a person to set up their business under. An LLC, or a limited liability company, will allow you to set up a separate entity that owns a business. It is a business, but it's also its own separate entity. It literally can borrow money, it can be sued, and it will protect you in case of something happening in your business because it's its own entity. Essentially, it owns assets, it owns the business, it borrows money, and that protects you. So many people know that they want an LLC because they know of all of these great protections, they know about all of the benefits, but they also know that it costs money to get started. So let's talk about some free ways to get that done so that you can still get your LLC, but you don't have to spend any money to do it. Number one, partner with someone. So if you have a business, a great thing about an LLC is you really don't necessarily want it to be a single member LLC. It's definitely something that you can do. You can have an LLC that only has just you, one person, but that's considered a single member LLC. Well, if you have a business partner, for example, it can be your boyfriend, your spouse, your wife, your cousin, anyone over the age of 18 can actually be a business partner on your business, and that person can actually foot the bill for paying for the LLC. You can run the business and you can use their money and their funds to actually pay for the business registration. In many cases, you can go online at your Secretary of State. Again, you just Google the state that you're in and then you put Secretary of State and it will take you to your state's website. Now, when you do the Google search, you're probably going to come across some ads and other companies that will set an LLC up for you. You may even get some ads for Rocket Legal and LegalZoom and all these other companies that can give you legal documents to set it up. Please do not click on any of those links for what I am talking about. You literally can just go directly to the Secretary of State and file your own LLC, and this will save you money because you just pay the registration fees directly to the state. And in many cases, it ranges from $100 to up to $600 depending on what state you're in. In the state of Florida that I am in, it costs about $125 to set up a new LLC. In other states, like I said, like California and New York, it does cost a little bit more. Now, when you're setting up your LLC, again, with a business partner, you can add them to the business and they are truly a partner in your business and your business is a partnership. This is something that you can think about doing. Again, it's not your money. The business partner could then, front the money and then you're running the business. That's one option. Let me tell you some other ways. Number two, use a credit card that has no payments for 30, 60, or 90 days. Yes, you're going to have to pay the registration fee. There's no states that allow you to register an LLC for $0. Every single state charges a fee for registering your LLC with the Secretary of State and getting that business with the articles of incorporations, et cetera, et cetera. However, you can actually start the business without an LLC. That's one thing. Or you can use a credit card that you don't have to make payments on for 30, 60, or 90 days. That way you can get the LLC going, you can start the business, and you don't necessarily have any payments that's due right away. Now, again, you did spend money. I'm not saying that a credit card isn't money. It is. But if you use a credit card that has some deferred payments, you literally can start making money before the payment on the credit card is actually due. Again, it will take a little bit of a risk and it'll take a little bit of work on your part to make sure you're working the business. But I've seen tons of different business owners start making money the next day. Whether you're cutting grass, doing hair, doing services, event planning, you can literally set that LLC up, get your merchant processing, and get a client that's paying you the money right back immediately the next day. And then you can pay the credit card off and you never had a credit card bill for setting up your LLC. But let me give you one last way because this is free. Number three, don't get an LLC. Get a DBA. So I know, this is not clickbait. I know I say getting an LLC, but you actually do not need an LLC registration or an LLC entity set up to actually do business. You actually can get what's called a DBA, or doing business as. You can take your name and then you can get a DBA on your own name and file it with the county or file it with a state. And in most cases, that costs a little to nothing. In some cases, it costs $10 to get a DBA. Sometimes it's $25 or $50. But in almost all cases, it costs less to file a DBA than it does to file an LLC. So you can actually get a DBA, you can start doing business, and then when you start making money, then you can get the LLC filed, and that is perfectly legal and ethical. Now again, remember what I said earlier, LLCs do provide lots of protections for you against your personal assets and maybe someone suing you. So it's not something that you want to dilly-dally or put off forever. You really want to just get some money, maybe if you have to do a DBA or forego the LLC altogether and just start doing the business. But then as soon as you start making money, get the business filed with the Secretary of State and get your LLC. But like I said, you can just start. You do not have to have an LLC to start doing business. I'm trying to get to 1 million subscribers and I need your help. Subscribe to my channel and help me get to 1 million. Let's go. So let me tell you a quick story about a student that I know that did not have the money for an LLC and was able to turn that around. So like I said, she was doing hair in her home, and that was one of the things that actually does require a license for the state that she is in. However, she was wanting to get into a salon suite, and that salon suite required that she had a business registration. One of the things that they did allow was for her to get a DBA, and in the state of Texas, you have to go to the county, and in the county, it was only about $25 to get the DBA. You can also get a bank account with a DBA. You do not have to have an LLC or a corporation in order to get a bank account. So this is another amazing thing that you can do. You can get the DBA, then you can go to irs.gov and get an EIN for your DBA. Again, this EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number, is kind of like your business's social security number. So you have an EIN, you have a DBA, so you have an actual registration. You can get a business checking account with a DBA as well. So literally you can have your website, you can accept credit cards, and you can do all of these things and actually start making money in the business without spending that money on an LLC. Because when you get an LLC, you actually have to renew it every single year. But let me tell you a fun fact. With a DBA, in some cases, it's 5 to 10 years that you have that DBA. So like I said, it costs less money and it lasts longer. You go get your LLC, you might pay $300, and then every single year you have to pay that annual fee. But with a DBA, you get a lot of those same protections and same access to business funding and business checking accounts, but you don't have to renew it every single year. It costs less money and it can last up to 10 years. That's amazing. So I have written 2 books that can really help you take your business to the next level, especially this book here, Millionaire Business Secrets. Millionaire Business Secrets is a book that I wrote that breaks down all about how to get business credit and get business funding, and in many cases without using your social security number. You're interested in an LLC, these 2 books will help you get the business and, more importantly, get funding for that business. Also, this book here, Real Estate Millionaire Secrets, is my #1 selling book on how I started in real estate investing with bad credit and no money and made millions of dollars. You can get both of these books absolutely free at noellsbizsecrets.com. You just cover the shipping. Go to noellsbizsecrets.com right now because supplies are limited, and if you go today, we will ship your books immediately. That's noellsbizsecrets.com. Noelle, N-O-E-L-L-E with an S, biz, B-I-Z, secrets, secrets.com. noellsbizsecrets.com. Both of these books absolutely free. You just cover the shipping and we will ship them immediately. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle, to your success.